this for a number of years, and I mean, I'm just thrilled. So let's. There are microphones. Hi, there's one person. And are you here to ask a question, or are you here to give them a... Okay. So, I got a lot of material I can totally vamp, but it's way more fun to see long lines at these microphones. And here's the thing, like, you can ask anything, all right? Get weird if you want. I don't know, let's make this interesting. I had a meet and greet before this, and that got really, really weird. And I'm sure a couple of you were in here. Yeah, we talked about touching meat and things. Because apparently I don't just give meet and greets, M-E-E-T, I give meat and greets. And I see, now there's a line on both ends of the microphone. Let's go! Can't have blood. What do you got?
So when I was in 2nd grade, my first fandom that I ever got into was Percy Jackson. So it's what led me to this convention today. It would have never happened if I hadn't picked up that book, and I'm so thankful for it. So my question is, what was your favorite part about playing Luke?
My favorite part about playing Luke Castellan in the Percy Jackson films, if you've seen them, if not, great. So I'm going to explain it. My favorite part, you know, I think about it so often. I just did a show for Netflix called Another Life that's going to come out this year. It's a science fiction show with Katie Sackhoff, who played Starbuck on Battlestar Galactica. It's got Justin Chapman. There's like a lot of space sex. It's pretty cool. We went back to the location. If you go to my Instagram, we went back to the location where Camp Half-Blood was, like the beach and the woods. It had been 10 years since I'd been there, and it was amazing. So going out to the Golden Years Park in Vancouver was just a stunning place to work. But perhaps my favorite thing was the fight scene with Logan Lerman, which we were nominated for an MTV Movie Award for. We lost to Beyonce and Natalie Larder, and it's almost better than winning. Logan and I had to do a fight scene, and we're flying to New York City, we're chasing a lightning bolt or whatever, and we had to be harnessed to each other. Yeah, like, we both had, like, it's called like a full jerk test. It's like, you know, the big points on it. We had like my crotch to his butt for a quick scene as we flew around the city. That was my favorite day. Because he did not like it. He was so humble. And it wasn't that like I liked it. I liked the fact that he disliked it so much. Yeah, so that was my favorite day. Thank you. I'll keep my answers shorter so more questions can be asked.
Hi, my question is, say they were to let you write Adam's Return, who would be the first one killed and who would be the last?
So if you're a super fan of convention and like you watch some of these that go online, you'll know that like throughout like the last 2 years with every crowd, we have all helped write Adam's comeback to the show. Like, and they're so good at this point, I don't know why and how the writers can ignore it, because we've done the job for them. My original concept was, you know, we have an episode called Adam's Back. You know, let you guys know. More like Prodigal Son, or tease it a little bit, right? And you have this like first block of the episode, the commercial, like, there's no Adam. Second act, no Adam. Third act, no Adam. Until the last scene where I come out and I'm like, hey, Ashbud, and then I get run over by a truck. Right? Pretty good. That's the suspense, big payoff. But then it started morphing into that, like you know, him becoming a big bad and hunting down the brothers. And I finally came to the point where I say, we just end the series, I murder everyone, save the boys for last, and I don't know who I would kill first, but I know I would kill them long and slow. But I guess I would probably kill, I'd make I think Jared watched me kill Jesse and said, no, it would really hurt him. And then I'd be an emotional terrorist. Thank you.
My question is, if our world's Michael met Apocalypse world Michael, would they be allies or would they be enemies?
That's way too deep. Usually in this instance, I'll ask you, what's the answer? Not so easy, is it?
No, not so easy. I think they would be allies at first, and they both would want to have the most power, so they would have to fight each other.
Do we agree?
Yeah.
Then that's my answer. Decisions by committee.
Hi, I'm Bessie. And my question is, first off, I want you to know everything you've been in. It's been great, so thank you for your acting.
Thank you. If I could stop for 1 second earlier, you know who you are. Someone said to me, I've seen everything you've been in. And I said, really? She goes, I know you're out there. There you
It is regarding your arcs on Supernatural. Boys are renowned for playing pranks on people that are guest starring. Were any pranks played on you? And if so...
What? Apparently you don't take a shot. I'll make the rules. She does. Yeah, it's funny, like I say this every time. You know, because Adam's been in the cage for so long, that only the greatest story that I have is with Jensen. And perhaps this is, you know, why I would kill him last. So he's very large. We've all met him. He eats a lot of meat. Especially at this time, like, he was trying to like get really, really big, and so he's eating a lot of meat. So he passed gas quite frequently, and you could tell it was palpable. And so we're in the diner scene in Jump the Shark, I believe, and I'm against the window, right? Against the window. Here's the table, the rest of the booth. Big ass Jensen.
Jared.
Sorry. Little Jensen was if I said Jensen to begin the story with, I apologize. It was Jared. Big ass Jared. Hey, bud. Hi. I am Forticus! And he didn't move. He made me sit in the booth and smell it. Yeah. Pretty awful. So that was the one that sticks in the brain the most. Spartacus. And now it's legend. Thank you.
Hi, Jake.
Don't tell Jess I called him Little. Hi.
Very clever response on the 300th episode about them being dead to you. But with that, did you actually watch the 300th episode?
I was getting my hair cut. No, I missed it because I'm an idiot. I don't know when these things happen. And I'm disappointed. Did we like the 300th episode? Yeah! I loved it. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys. This is good.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, thank you. If you come, and it's up to you, you can choose.
Thank
If
you.
you
My
come
body,
back-
my choice.
If you come back from the cage, and you had to choose between acting as Adam or being the Archangel Michael from this world, who would you choose?
I feel like I'd want to play actual Adam because he hasn't got to have his day in the sun. And that's because in Jump the Shark. Because if you think about it, we've never seen him as Adam because he was always the ghoul as Adam. If you want to take a deep dive into Supernatural, he was never really Adam because when he was introduced, he was already eaten by the ghoul and taken the shape. So I want to come back as Adam and see what he has to say and have him murder her. Because crazy. He's just cage crazy. You know, and then at the end, we'll have, you know, some big turnaround and an emotional thing. And the show will be over. And the show we love will be gone. Adam will have massacred everybody. And I think that's a good ending. Thank you.
Hi. So you said at other conventions you consider yourself a Hermes kid, just like Luke. And in the books, Hermes kids have the ability to unlock anything. They wave their hand over a log and bam, it's open. If you had that ability in real life, what would you do with it?
What's the age range? The first, in my single days, the first thing that popped in my mind was brawls. Well, let's be fair, I was good at that anyway. Still am, by the way. What was your question? The old thought bubble went out. If I could have a power, or if I could unlock anything?
Yeah, if you had the power to unlock anything, what would you do with it?
Oh. Ooh, I don't know. That should be up here. I can't come up with a better answer than that. But let's rewind. Let me go back. What was the thing I would unlock? Oh, the cage. That way, when you guys check your phones later, it'll look like I did.
Thank you.
This is great. I mean.
Hi. So a couple years ago in San Francisco, I asked a question regarding what a fight between Apocalypse World Michael and this world Michael would look like, and we centered on that it should be a sexy pillow fight. But now
So what fight?
a sexy pillow fight.
Oh, and now I remember this.
But now that as of the most recent episode,
Which we've all seen.
apparently Apocalypse World Michael is, as far as we know. Who do you think this world Michael / Adam should have a sexy pillow fight with?
Single-handedly made everyone turn. Did she need to take a shot? No, wait, fine. Huh? Oh, spoiler alert, you go. That's why I didn't watch anything. I don't want to, you know, my knowledge is stuck in season 4. So now that things have happened that we can't talk about.
So, now since that sexy pillow fight would probably not happen, who do you think that this world Michael / Adam should have that inevitable sexy pillow fight with?
Ooh. I don't know. Castiel? Like I couldn't even break a Molotov cocktail on my chest. Just threw it right at my nipple. Who would we want to come back to the show besides Adam that has not come back?
Crowley!
Crowley, absolutely. And I'm not going to say it because you guys said it. If I disagreed, I would, yeah, absolutely Crowley. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi. I was
This is the
wondering.
meet and greet. This is where the meet and greet. Your shirt says meet and greet. MEAT.
I was wondering if you had fun filming with Hollywood. If that's something you would do again.
Oh, yeah. So I did the Hollywood YouTube parody. I had no idea that they did this, but some friends of mine who did the Twilight films, when I told her about them, she was a producer, she was like, oh my God, they're fantastic. We did it, we worked with them for the Twilight movies, and blown away, absolutely blown away by their production value. Like they work faster than like any movie set I've ever been on. I mean, they know what they're doing, they get it done, and they're really clever, and the music's exceptional. Yeah, absolutely. It was great. I went to Vegas for like the day. I literally flew in the morning, did that bit, and then flew out like 4 hours later. It was so whirlwind, and it was such a great time. So yeah, I hope they do more. Do you guys watch that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know? Yeah. So if you don't, go watch it. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi. I was wondering if you would you rather play Sam or Dean?
Y'all like to pit me against them. This shit gets back to them. They confront me about it. Well, here's why I think I should play Dean. Just so, because I could do the catchphrase. Sammy! So yeah, there you go. Dean.
Hi.
Hi.
So I was wondering if Adam ever got out of the cage, what kind of life do you think he would live? Like, do you think he would become a hunter, or would he go to college, or would he just do whatever?
I don't think you go to college after you've spent how many years in hell. That's the top priority. Then you got some good street smarts, good education down there. So I think, after revenge, merciless revenge, I think you'd settle down in the countryside, probably, get a dog, and own some sheep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure you're not Nick's kid.
Who's kid?
Nick's.
Who? I see this microphone down here is pretty naked.
Hello.
One question you had.
We geek over this. What do you geek over?
What do I geek over? Well, one, being a national has been like, because I love music so much, the music that comes out of here, so I really geek out over that. I also like to cook a lot, so I spend a lot of time like, oh, how do you make this French macaron? Oh, wow. Oh, so you gotta tap it to get the air bubbles out. Oh, interesting. Yeah, sometimes I got a lot of downtime in between jobs, just picking up some fun habits. But as far as a fandom, though, I don't know like if I have a fandom that I geek out about. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's a great question. I don't have a great answer to it. Hey, all right. Old reliable.
Yeah. A while back on Instagram, you posted a picture of your gas bill and how it's so much higher than the average. Why is that?
Because
What are you doing?
so the gas company tries to guilt trip me. I don't use a lot of gas, first of all. I think it's a sham. But they like to guilt trip me and like all the neighbors by being like, this is how many therms that like your neighbors use, and this is how many therms the average person uses, and this is how much you use. Apparently it's because I'm baking all the time and like making pizza and doing stuff like that. So yeah, or it's a bit of a badge of honor. Come over to my house, I'll show you. I got 2 new aprons today, thanks to you, so I'm ready to go. Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to try and ask everyone who can mention this. What's your favorite flavor of gum?
It's a good question. My dad likes to carry fruity gum. I'm not down with that. Like, I have gum, I'm like, wait, is it like watermelon? Is it? It is. Never mind. I guess, like a spearmint. Spearmint or maybe, what's the zebra stripe gum? You know, like, yeah, tattoo. Used to like that. What's that called? Fruit stripe. Used to love fruit stripe. Big League Chews. Big fan of Big League Chew as a kid. Have you ever? Here's a fun experiment. Go get some big red gum or some like cinnamon stick gum. Take the foil off. Put the gum in your mouth. Whatever. It's your gum. But take the foil, lick it, and put it on your forehead. Just keep it there. Just keep it there like a minute. Have fun on your own time. Trust me, it's great. Make your friends do it before you do it. Thank you.
Why burns your skin?
Can you tell us something about the new series you're going to be in shortly?
Yes, so Another Life. It's going to be on Netflix, I think June or July. The long and short of it is massive artifacts have landed on Earth, and we open up, and there's already a crew in space trying to go figure out who sent it. And meanwhile, there's people on Earth who are trying to figure out who sent it before the world explodes or whatever it is. But what I love about it is we had a budget, but not enough that the creators could just throw CGI at it and say, here's your story. We had enough of a budget to make it about people, and the crew on the spaceship is like, they're just, the diversity of the spaceship alone is something that's unlike anything I've seen on television, and the chances they take, and like we use Vancouver. I mean, there's probably locations out there that Supernatural uses, because we'll be out in the woods and stuff, and we're using that as an alien planet. And to me that's really exciting, because I think stories in general, especially science fiction, can thrive when it has constraints. Creativity with constraints makes you more creative, and I really hope that we capture that with this show. And they use their creature budget in the right places, I think. I don't know, I haven't seen it, but that's my hope. But yeah, June or July on Netflix, Another Life. I would love it if you guys watched it. I play a senator's son who does not belong on the spaceship, which is really funny, but then things turn in a way that I didn't even know were going to happen, and I was asked to do things as an actor that I did not know I signed up for, that were not what you think. However, there's a really neat character arc for my character that was really surprising, and it's a big challenge. So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Hi. What was your favorite role? Lucas Stallion from Percy Jackson or Adam from Supernatural?
You're not going to get me standing on this stage and tell me that another role is my favorite role. Other than that, I know what you're trying to do. Get these people against me because you've seen how fast they'll turn. It's unfair because I had more time to play Luke as well. You know what I mean? Like I only had a few weeks because it's like every episode is 2 weeks. But the one thing I've been really, really lucky about in my career is the people I've worked with have been amazing, and few people top the cast and crew of Supernatural. They just don't, and that's not because I'm in front of you guys and we're getting Supernatural convention. There's a reason they've been on this many episodes, and they were only supposed to do 5 seasons. They're just like, as the years go by, like I hadn't seen Jared Jensen in a long time. My first one started coming back to conventions a couple years ago. And I was afraid that they actually wouldn't really remember me. I was going to have, like Rich, be like, hi, I'm Jake Abel. Jake Abel is... right away, they picked me up and gave me a hug. And I was really touched and really surprised. And there's few guys as genuine and good as that in the business. So for that, I'm thankful. Thank you.
Your first Supernatural convention, I was wondering what your expectations versus reality were.
So my first one, it's funny, we just brought this up at a meet and greet earlier. It was someone showed me a picture of myself where apparently I was giving a finger to the audience, which I know I wasn't. Everyone where I was. And I said, this is the first convention I ever did. This was Vancouver, and I don't remember what year it was. It was probably it was 2006. 2008, I was wrong, it was 2008. And I thought about this actually the other day, and it was really dumb. I don't know why I did this, maybe because I was young. And I said to myself, I want to do this wrong. I want to do this wrong. I want to go out the night before, get really drunk, and do it wrong so that from now on I can be good. And it was the dumbest idea I ever had. I didn't follow through with it. I think I was in bed by 11. But I had no idea what to expect. I was shocked when I came out from the stage. I'd never done anything like this before. This room was just massive, full of people, and I was like, why is someone letting me do this? I have not auditioned for this. You don't know what I'll say. But they put me out there. And it was fantastic. And the fans they're so kind and such a part of this together, and that was so shocking, and then seeing that all over the world has been wild. I did Birmingham for the second time last year, and I've gone to Rome for this, and it's just I cannot believe the roots of the show stretch as far and draw such amazing people all over the place. There's not like one area where it's like, those fans suck. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's great. So, yeah, that's been the biggest surprise, is like how long it's going on, places it's taking me, and the people it's introduced me to, like you guys. So, yeah, thanks.
Well, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I was wondering what your favorite memory from working on Supernatural was. Do you have one?
I do. It's the same one I always use, because it can't top it. So it was my last episode of the show, and we were filming. It's when I fall into the pit, and we were out in this location, and Jared and Jensen both have like their trailers are these really nice RVs, and so they were parked like out in this field. Jared had his dogs. The sun was going, we had wrap, and the sun was going down, and Jared and Jensen were like, hey, do you want to come have a beer on top of my RV? Yeah, that sounds great. I do, actually. And so we went to the top of the RV, and like Jared's dogs were just like running around in the field. The sun was going down, and we're just like sharing a beer together. And I remember, like, even as a young person, stopping like this. I'm not going to top this. So yeah, that was my favorite part of filming the show. It was ending like that. It was really, it put a nice button on it, especially if I never came back. A real finale to that moment. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bessie. I'm the
Bessie,
daughter
Jake
of
Abel.
Bessie. So you don't have to choose a favorite. What is one of your favorite filming experiences and why? Any show.
One of my favorite filming experiences and why? I have to think back. There's been a lot of great stuff. What have I done? You know what's really neat? Something that came to my attention, and this is like, in retrospect, like you can't plan these things. So that fight sequence I did with Logan Lerman and the first person movies. Like I said, like, we're nominated for an MTV Movie Award, which is just like so cool. But I just found out that the Empire State Building in New York, they're redesigning the observation deck, and they're going to do a whole series of films and television and popular culture that use the Empire State Building, and they're going to use our fight scene in the observation deck, and they're going to like play it on the screens, and it's going to be part of it. They sent me like a release form for it, and I signed it right away. And I didn't know if Logan would, because I was like, this is so zeitgeisty and cool, and this was like such an amazing experience. It was the biggest fight scene I'd ever filmed at that point. I mean, it was so long, and like it took weeks to do, and there were big water stunts, and I'm like a 21-year-old kid, just like having no idea like how lucky I am. And so to have that now come back 10 years later is like, it just keeps building that like specific, that fight sequence, that scene, just keeps getting like more and more special. And Logan and I ended up getting lunch because of it. I hadn't seen him in a few years. And I was like, hey, we're gonna be in Empire State Building, we should get together. And we got lunch together. It was wonderful. So yeah, I think that.
That is awesome. Thank you very much.
So you know I'm gonna be in New York when that thing comes out.
Hello. So my question is, when you were reading the manuscript for the big showdown the first time, what were your thoughts?
For the last episode?
Lucifer and Michael.
Honestly, it's like, how do I play an archangel? Like, how do you prepare for that? Who knows? I think that's the only thing that jumps to my mind was just like, this is really big and really important. And so I did a lot of research on Archangel and Michael as I could, the little amount of time I had. But I remember just thinking too, like as big as it felt, like I was like, this is so cool. Like I've got to play the ghoul, and I guess there was like a moment where it was sort of Adam, and then now I'm playing Michael. Like when are you gonna get an opportunity to be the same person, but play three different people and not have someone else like play you, right? Like I'm not like someone else's body now. It's like you're using me to have all these agendas, and as an actor, that's like a dream. What an arc! I always want characters to have like crazy big arcs, and you don't get that very often. So that was exciting to have these turn, bad guy Ghoul, bad guy Michael. But trying to figure out why they're doing what they're doing. Yeah. Thanks. Hello.
My question is there a special effect that you hate?
What do you mean?
Like if you had to get bloodied up or...
Oh, like to do specifically. Special effect. So I did a film called, you do movies and you film them as one title, and then they change the title. And I'm like, I don't remember what it's called. I think it's now called Against the Sun. There's only 3 people in the movie. It's me, Tom Felton from Harry Potter, and Gary Dillon. And if you want to see some men in their underwear on a boat, I recommend Against the Sun. But it's a World War II drama. It's a true story. 3 Navy pilots went down in the South Pacific. They got lost. They ran out of gas. They went down. They survived on a raft with little to no rations for 31 or 32 days. They were just beaten by the Unbroken story that Angelina Jolie, the movie she did. Those guys survived with more rations for like 36 days, but you know they had rations, we didn't. So we're stranded a month out at sea. There's no protection from the sun. So the progression of the movie, we start getting more and more sun damage on their skin. And one thing I learned about my body is it really likes latex, like that kind of burn, like the prosthetic. And like we would wrap the day, and Tom and Garrett sit there in a makeup chair, and they're the little team makeup artists with like just like maybe you have like a little paintbrush with some alcohol on it, and then you edge around, right? And you start to take off the prosthetic. Meanwhile, I'm over there, and my makeup artist is like digging, rush into like beneath my skin, and I just would take me an extra 35 minutes minimum to get all of my prosthetics off at the end of the day. And my arms would just be raw. And mind you, I'm dieting at the time because we're trying to lose weight because we're not eating out at sea. I lost like 12 or 15 pounds in 2 weeks or something crazy. And like, I've had so many women be like, oh my God, what did you do? And then I tell them, they're like, I'm good. I'm gonna eat. I'm like, yes, you should. But these prosthetics, I just had to do it recently on I think on Another Life. I warned her, I had to do one right here. And I was like, you better like put a lot of like lotion on there and stuff. And she was like, I think it'll be fine. I'm like, oh yeah. And then at the end of the day, she was like, so that's my least favorite thing, because I just know like, my skin's gonna just like, it's gonna head here. So yeah, a little bit of movie magic.
Hello.
Hi.
So my question is, if you could bring back any supernatural character, who would it be besides Adam?
Eileen, my brain, but Crowley. Thank you. Hi. Thank you guys for coming up, by the way. You have no idea how much better this is for me than sitting here like an idiot. Which, I can stand and be an idiot, but this just helps.
I was wondering if there was any movie or TV show that you haven't been in. What one would it be, and what character would you want to play?
You know, it's funny, I've been asked this before, and you think that by now I would have like a great answer. Maybe like Peaky Blinders, just like a really cool haircut. Show on television that I would want to do. I would have loved to have been on The Office back when it was on the air. I watched, so like, when I was doing the Another Life in Vancouver, I had Netflix. My apartment didn't have cable for some reason, or did, but like half the channels were in French. Turns out I don't speak French. But they had Netflix, and my wife and I watched The Office a lot. And before, the American one. Now here's the thing, you can be the person that's like, but have you watched the British Office? That worked until like The Office got to like season 6 and like just found it, you know, like lived as its own thing and was like completely amazing. And I circled the season. I'll start at 1 and circle the season. And then my wife came up to stay with me for the last 2 months, and we circled it 1.5 more times. We're so obsessed with it. It's that and Parks and Rec. Switch back. Honest, Parks and Rec. And like used to do the whole series, and then we go to the other one. I think it would have been Parks and Rec would have been another one that would have been really fun to work on. And yeah, so I don't know. What show do you like?
Obviously Supernatural.
Yeah.
But,
It's hard. It's so hard. It's like I have like a complete Rolodex of music in my brain, right? I just bought one of those Alexas, like the Amazon Alexa, which I know like that thing should not be $30. That's way too cheap. I know it's so cheap, so we buy it and put it in our homes and can listen to us. I've accepted that. Because you can be like, hey Alexa, play a song. And like, you know, I have like a record collection. I can walk up and know exactly what record I want to put on. I'm like, Alexa, play, I don't know. I go, Alexa, play me something. And she's like, well, play me something. I go, Alexa, not that, not that. So, that was a tangent. Just to say that, like, I'll go backstage, like, I got an answer now, but sometimes, right, we're on the spot. Anyway, thank you. You got a question? Hi.
If Adam came back from the cave instead of Adam, what did I say?
Great.
Sorry. If Adam came back from the cave instead of Sam, how sassy would he have been to us?
What would you have been?
How sassy?
Sassy? Oh, if we're going sass, we are going to turn on the sass. If we like went to the cage and like came back as a sassy Adam, I am all for that. It was adding a new puzzle piece to our arc of like, hey, ass butt. Throw it out. Yeah, I mean, if there's like a sass style, I'll break it. I like it. I shouldn't do things like that in front of a room full of cameras, but I do.
Hello. Alright, so my question for you is, so a while back I came across this theory that Adam actually died when Michael got Molotov and actually went to heaven, like what happened to Jimmy with Cass, and I'm curious to your thoughts on that theory.
I have heard this theory, and I know it's been much debate, and I wasn't sure what my stance was on it, and someone brought it up to me, and of course I turned it right back on them. I was like, well, what do you think? And then they convinced me. I was like, that sounds nice, and we're not going to bring him back, right? Hopefully they do. But if they don't, that's nice. I think he deserves it. Like, he was totally an innocent victim. He had this like terrible dad, his awful stepbrother, like got him in trouble. Like, what a dick of a family this guy's got. Mom's gone, like, you know, I think he should be up in heaven with her. That if he's, you know, yeah.
Hi. If you had to be turned into an animal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
A lobster.
That's a good question.
A lobster.
It had to be something that
I know.
flies. But not a fly. I'm thinking of a longer lifespan than that. But it definitely has to be something that flies, predator, maybe. Like, what's the longest living bird that can travel the furthest? Anybody know that? Any avian? Albatross? Albatross are huge, but they're a bad home. A what? Peregrine falcon.
Be a dragon.
Damn right, I'm gonna be a dragon. Yeah. Be a dragon. Sassy dragon. I'll breathe fire on all the time.
I'm going to try to word this as best as I can. So let's say Adam is
still alive.
Do you think that it's more plausible, in your opinion, that, let's say, Adam's humanity, that they have to talk because they're the only two people in the cage. Adam's humanity has rubbed off on Michael to to the point where Michael understands family, love, you know, he wants to be a better person because of it, or maybe Michael is playing on Adam's abandonment issues. He's been in the case so long that Adam is now a bad person.
Is this like a workshop for fan fiction? Because this is deep, and that is the first. That's never been presented to me, and I think that is I think you're thinking your head is in a great space. That is like the definition of human drama. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, why not? But like, has the cage made Michael crazy too? Like, isn't that the thing? Like, you go like crazy now. Yeah, maybe Adam is stronger than we think, and he's actually stayed sane, and Michael's the one that's gone nuts. Guys, it's so easy. Oh God, I'm gonna write this through. Just give me a microphone on stage, all right? Thank you.
We just got booed, a little subtle boo, so that must mean it went really well, Jake.
Hey, you can boo, but take another.
No more Mekon.
Take one more quick question.
Oh, I'd love to.
Very quick, we're gonna quick, rapid fire.
Answer.
Hey Jake.
Hi.
Since you like prosthetics so much, would you be on The Walking Dead?
No, why? Why would I do that? I just give me an answer why I hate these kinds of prosthetics. Absolutely not.
Maybe you're glad for punishment. She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
She didn't know what you're into. Alright. You know what I'm saying? I've seen you sitting outside the hotel, being all creepy, acting all squirrely, getting everybody the heebie-jeebies. You know what I'm saying, Pablo?
I hear you, Richie.
Yeah. Pablo. We lost Pablo.
You gotta get on Walking Dead then. That's what you have to do now.
Yes, that's the only.
And you'll have no skin left in your face.
Maybe I don't be a zombie.
No, you don't have to be.
I could be a person that just has prosthetics.
Yeah, exactly. Prosthetic man.
Yeah.
You play that guy.
Yeah.